This is a movie review. It's the 1990 movie Alice, which was directed and written by Woody Allen. The cast, in the lead role, Mia Farrow as Alice, Joe Montana plays Joe, William Hurt plays Doug, Alice's husband, Kay Luke plays Dr. Yang, he's an acupuncturist, Alec Baldwin plays Ed, Blythe Danner plays Alice's sister Dorothy. There are a number of other people in the film, obviously. In fact, there's a huge number, but those are the significant actors in this production. Awards. Woody Allen received a nomination for Best Writing Screenplay for this movie, and Mia Farrow at the Golden Globes also received a nomination for Best Actress. So those are the awards. So to my review then. Well, as with all Woody's movies, they're seen very much as a comedy, but although there are some certainly whimsical scenes, it's really a movie focusing on life decisions and principally revolving around Alice as she approaches sort of early to mid-30s after 16 years of marriage to Doug, played by William Hurt. Doug was a handsome, rich businessman and quite a catch for Alice back in those days, and she was certainly attracted to him, and it effectively brought to her an end any aspirations she may have had for a career in fashion design. But now the marriage is becoming stale, repetitive, and she has all her creature comforts on hand. Affluence has certainly made that possible. She's got a trainer, she's got a masseur, a childminder and housekeeper, and so she's not bogged down with a long list of family commitments day by day. But she's experiencing some physical ailments, specifically back pain. And a chance glance at her children's school with a man a little older than herself, Joe, played by Joe Montana, has unsettled and excited her. The movie offers a magical series of visits to a Chinese acupuncturist who prescribes various herbal medicines to create, amongst other things, a state of mind, an invisible presence, and a love potion for males that Alice will meet, which enables us to come across the supporting cast. Dr. Yang as Kay Luke. He seems to have got magical fingers because he can take a pulse and diagnose exactly what's wrong with you. And we've got Ed, a ghost, an old flame of Alice's who returns to her, played by Alec Baldwin. That's a dream-like sequence where they sort of rekindle the old flames. And then there's, of course, Joe. He's divorced and he has a family, and they meet at the school, and this leads to a brief affair for Alice. And then, of course, there's her relationship with husband Doug, who's very much the provider for Alice, and he eventually gets caught out for this guy who's philandering with other women and has done for some time, but it takes some while to unearth this, only after Alice has managed to acquire a degree of self-confidence, and this provokes her to embark on a project that she's wanted to do all her life. The movie, of course, set in Woody's favourite Manhattan, is a vehicle really for Mia Farrow to show us all of her personality, her vulnerability, insecurity, and later on her outspokenness and greater self-confidence. She becomes decisive, which she certainly wasn't early on. And she gets a degree of support from the three males that we see. It's a delightful little movie, really, with, as usual, a wondrous jazz score. There's an array of wacky scenes. Joe and Alice wandering around a clothing store, invisible after taking a potion. Old Flame Ed, as I say, giving Alex confidence when engaging in chat-up with Joe. Alice and Dr. Yang indulging in some opium, which enables Alice to recall vividly her childhood and the contrasting siblings, her and her sister Dorothy. And towards the end, at Dorothy's party, another potion is put in some food, which leads to multitudes of men approaching Alice, pledging their love for her. This is an extremely amusing phase of the movie. I also like the family memories, where we learn of Alice's inaccurate perspective of her mother in terms of her marriage with Alice's father, and we see this in flashback. Woody has used this theme repeatedly of families and childhoods and the misconceptions that arise throughout. As ever, the script touches amusingly on male sexual desires, but also how they have developed an art form, men that is, for justifying their poor behaviour as a mere minor misdemeanour. This is shown clearly when Doug is found out. And also how self-important they see themselves in the eyes of the women in their lives. At the conclusion, Alan leaves us with the moral dilemma about life's choices. Alice has two men who both shown a degree of self-centeredness, and she then has the opportunity to take a completely different road, a third choice, based on her self-centered views, rather than accounting for these two men and what's in it for them. This is basically a great little movie, one of his best, but not really appreciated at the time. I suggest you get to watch it.